What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, NBA DFS video. It is Tuesday. It is March 11th. We are back. Not the best slate. 4 games compared to the 10 we had yesterday, but we're here for you. So usually when we have 5 games on the slate or more, we give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position, but we only have 4 games. And to be honest with you, this slate is kind of ugly. We already have 2 games. They have double-digit spreads. It could get ugly. So what we're going to do, we've already ran 10,000 simulations in the background. I'm going to give you a few plays at each position. If you want to see even more than what we give you right here, you got to check out the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. It's right here, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. NBA tab. Go down, look at the cheat sheet, look at the Fanduel projections, the DraftKings projections, both Fanduel and DraftKings simulations. We've got chalk, we've got NBA bets, we've got Vegas odds, we've got it all for you. If you've never been here before, we try to have 2 giveaways every single video. Here's how it works. You got to like this video. You got to be a subscriber to this YouTube channel, and you have to leave a comment on this video for the comment picker to pick you up. You do all of those, and we hit at least 50 likes on this video, you will have a shot at 1 free week of FTA Plus. Now, that is a week of all sports, so not just NBA. If this video gets 100 likes, you'll have a chance at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Second way to win. Somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Listen for it and type it in, and you will have a shot at a second free week of FTA Plus. Now, you guys absolutely killed it yesterday with 68 likes, so we are going to have 2 giveaways real quick right now. So this first one will be only because we got 50 likes. It won't have anything to do with the keyword, so even if the keyword is here, we'll still re-roll it. So there you go, DJ Stevens, congratulations. Please email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1, at gmail.com. Let me know if you have a username on the website and what your username is. If you do not, we will talk about setting you up. But I believe you do have an account. So the keyword was scary, but we're still going to re-roll it here, and we're going to see who the winner is right now for that keyword. So let's hope whoever typed put the keyword in there. The winner, there you go, Rick Stanfield. Congratulations. I know you have an account on the site. Just email me and let me know what your username is, and we will set you up for your free week. So congratulations to both of you winning free weeks, and that's all you got to do if you like this video as well. So that being said, at the end of the video, we're going to build you a DraftKings lineup and a Fanduel lineup. There are starting points, there are tournaments, they're not cash lineups, and a lot can change. We are to the part of the season where playoffs are right on the horizon. You got a lot of injuries, you got a lot of people nursing injuries or kind of resting for the playoffs, or other people are playing because their team is out of the playoffs. So all of that can happen, but I wanted to bring you as much as we possibly could. So that being said, like I said, 4 games on the slate. We have Brooklyn at Cleveland. Cleveland, 17.5 point favorite. 224.5 over under. So mid-tier on the over-under, but 17.5 point spread is absolutely wild. We got Washington at Detroit. Detroit's a 13.5 point favorite against Washington. 232.5 over-under. Bilal Coulibaly got hurt on Monday, so fully expect not to be in there, which just brings the defense down a little bit more. Still waiting on the Milwaukee-Indiana spread. No Vegas numbers yet. And then we've got the Clippers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. We've got the Clippers 6.5 point favorite, 222.5 over under. So out of the 4 games, 2 of them have double-digit spreads over 13.5. It could get ugly today. I will fully say slow down today. Maybe take a breather, maybe take a break. I know you guys won't, but I wanted to bring that to your attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a few plays at each position. Then we're going to give you some of the top value plays, which it could open up. I mean, we're going to see, this is the problem. With the value plays, they change throughout the day, and just like we saw on Monday night, so much value opened up about 2 hours to an hour and a half before tip-off that we had to rerun the sims for a 3rd time. So I usually tell everyone, check out the website and the simulations about an hour and a half to 2 hours from tip-off. So that being said, let's look at it. So we already see Lillard's questionable. Halliburton's out. Like Cam Thomas out. Like we've got it, but Lillard is probable. So we're just going to give you a few plays at each position just because we're under 5 games. Now, if you want to see even more, we got a free Discord down below. We give you some core plays as well. So Cade Cunningham has a fantastic matchup here against Washington, 28 DVP, looking about 50 fantasy points out of him. James Harden against the Pelicans, 23rd DVP, so a great matchup there, 48 to 52 out of him. Damian Lillard being questionable, still like this matchup, 13, so basically in the middle, we're looking about 43 to 46 fantasy points. Then we look at some other picks here. Go down the list a little bit. In that Milwaukee game, Andrew Nembhard against Milwaukee, 25th DVP, 27 to 30 fantasy points. We've got Carlton Carrington, which he should get a boost up with Koulibaly out. Against Detroit, 12th DVP, about 25 to 28. Go down a little bit. T.J. McConnell against Milwaukee, 25th DVP, 22 fantasy points. And Dennis Schroeder against Washington, 21 to 25 fantasy points. Go to the shooting guard position. We've got Donovan Mitchell at the top against Brooklyn, 6th DVP, 40 to 45 fantasy points. Trey Murphy III against the Clippers, 36 to 40 fantasy points. We've got Malik Beasley against Washington, 26 DVP, 25 fantasy points. What we're looking there, go down the list a little bit. Zaire Williams against Cleveland, 22 to 25 fantasy points. Jordan Hawkins, right around 20 to 24 fantasy points. Move to the small forward position. Whether or not you want to go Zion there or power forward, I'll probably move him over to power forward. We're looking at Kawhi Leonard, 11th DVP, 38 to 42. We're looking at Kyle Kuzma against Indy. I love this matchup for him, 29 to 32. Obviously, I would love Kuzma a little bit more if Lillard was out, but he is in. We got Benedict Mathurin in that same game on the flip side, 24 DVP, 24 to 28 fantasy points. And then if you want a little bit more value, Noah Clowney for Cleveland. If he plays, I don't know if he will. 7th DVP, 20 to 24 fantasy points. Now, I believe Clowney just made it back, and the minutes are what's kind of iffy. Played 18 minutes there, no points. 4 rebounds, 1 steal. That's it, 8.5. Not a very good one, 18 minutes. Didn't know what would happen there. And playing from behind and being double-digit underdog, I don't know if he'll get the minutes. So I'm probably not using Clowney, but again, there's not a ton to go over. Looking at the power forward, we've got Giannis at the top here. Right around 54 to 58 fantasy points. Obviously, at his price, we need 65, 70 plus, which he is completely capable of. Now, going up against Indy, which is a great matchup for him. 2nd DVP, he is averaging 65 against them in 2 games. Probable. Minutes, he's played the minutes. I don't mind this matchup whatsoever. We are paying up for Giannis today. We got Zion there. He's got 28 DVP against the Clippers, so a really good matchup here. Looking at about 45 to 50 fantasy points. Evan Mobley, about 40 fantasy points. Cam Johnson against Cleveland. Playing from behind, I think he'll play the minutes unless it gets to be a huge blowout. Then the third stringers and everyone will come in. 29 DVP there, 29 to 32 fantasy points. Go down the list, try to find some value. Corey Kispert against Detroit, 22nd DVP, 20 to 24. And then Derrick Jones Jr. against New Orleans, 27 DVP, about 19 to 24 fantasy points. Then we got the center position. Zubac at the top against New Orleans, 29 DVP, 39 to 42 fantasy points. Jalen Duren against Washington, 30th DVP, so he's got the best matchup there. My problem is if Detroit gets up 17.5, Duren's going to sit. That's what scares me a little bit. Currently at 32 to 35 fantasy points. If he could get all of those fantasy points early and get us 6 times value and then sit if it's a blowout, that would be best case scenario. Put it that way. Miles Turner against Milwaukee, 12th DVP, 32 to 35. Again, some of these teams are playing a second game of a back-to-back. That matters, especially with playoff teams or teams close to the playoffs. There are certain games that are you're going to see a little bit of drop-off when it's a second game of a back-to-back. A couple of lower-end value picks if you're looking. Darren Sharp against Cleveland, 6 DVP, 23 fantasy points. Carlo Matikovic against the Clippers, 3rd DVP, so not very good of a matchup. 18 to 22 fantasy points, but at 3,700, I am okay with that as well. So then if we look overall, but before we go overall, it is Tuesday, and I have to go to my oldest's parent-teacher conference today. So the key word is PTC, parent-teacher conference. See how many people are still listening. Okay, so overall, looking, 4 games, not a ton of values open right now. Early value picks: Nick Claxton for Brooklyn should get some run if they get from behind. Benedict Mathurin against Milwaukee. Ty Jerome. Matt Kovic is there. Dennis Schroeder against Washington. I think what you're going to see is what a good strategy today would be to look at all 4 games, look at the teams that have the highest projected implied team total, the spread being huge. The starters are okay, but then look for the value in the bench players for some of these teams. So you obviously want to pay up for like Giannis. You want to pay up for James Harden. But then find the second and third stringers for Detroit that might get an extra run here because the game might get out of hand. Or second or third stringers for Cleveland is another one that I would definitely be focused on. But you want to take, you got to get those value early in those games. Otherwise, you might get screwed by the spread monster there. So those are just some of the projections. If you want to see all the projections, you want to see 20,000 simulations, you want to see a cheat sheet with plays at each position, you got to go check out fantasyteamadvisor.com. It is $10 for a week under FTA Plus, $30 for a month, or currently we still have a couple of spots open right now. If you email me, instead of $199 for the year, you can get it for $75. All you got to do is email me with a PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, and we will get you set up for your week or for your year at $75 instead of $199. So that being said, I said we were going to build you a DraftKings lineup, and that's exactly what we're going to do. These are early builds. These are your first look builds. Again, 4 games, it's not the best. Strus is another one for Cleveland that might get a little bit extra run if they are up so big. So if you look at like game logs, you can see the games have been, in that game where they were up 22, got 25 minutes there. In that game where it's close, 36 minutes, and it was very close. And then you've got it's just a wild here, 21 fantasy points, 21 minutes in that blowout, 17 real points. So he could be in store for a good game, especially if they get up as big as they are thinking. So you got Benedict Mathurin there. You've got Cam Johnson, which again, if they're playing from behind, hopefully they don't sit him. Hopefully he plays. We've got Ty Jerome as one of the top 5 value plays that we talked about. You got Tobias Harris here. And you have Jalen Duren there. So the only problem is if Duren sits because they get up so big. So that is a first look. Yes, you mix and match, change it up what you need to do. It is 61 degrees when I'm filming this video, which is wild. And then a Fanduel lineup I've already built. Again, these are great starting points. They're a first look into the slate. Usually we have a better slate than 4 games, but here we go. All the way from Harden down to Zubac. You got it there. A lot of blowout potential, but hopefully we get the points we need before those blowouts occur. So that is what I've got in this video. If you want to check out all of our other content on fantasyteamadvisors.com, you can check it out. Articles, videos. We've got cheat sheets, lineups. We've got it all for you. $10 for a week. Go check it out if you like it. And we still have a couple of the spots available when your week is up. Go ahead, reach out, and we'll get you signed up for a yearly pass for $75. So that's what I've got. Have a great Tuesday. We will be back Wednesday. Wednesday slate has 9 games, and for anyone who's with FTA Plus, I have to go into the office on Wednesday, so I have to leave my house at like 5 a.m. So everything will be done very early in the morning. I will not be able to update simulations or projections after the fact. I just want to let you guys know that. Internet, I don't have the internet. It's all blocked there for everything. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. Wednesday will be one where I'm probably not around the Discord, because I'll be in the office and I will not be at home. So that's what I've got in this video. Let's have a great Tuesday, but let's bring it back and rock and roll so Wednesday is even better. So good luck today, and as always, let's bring up some bacon. Peace.